What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a week. Like I said, I'll be uploading videos weekly, so I want to be more consistent, and obviously, I want to see growth on the channel. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, share the video. Today I wanted to talk about something I noticed recently when I was watching Thor: Love and Thunder. So I went to watch this film like last week, and I didn't enjoy it. And I just noticed like in the past 2 years, the only two Marvel films I've enjoyed are Shang-Chi and Spider-Man No Way Home, and they've released 6 movies in the last 2 years. So they've gone 2 for 6, and their TV shows, I haven't liked any of their TV shows. Then I was starting to think like, what's like the problem? What's wrong with the MCU? Because I've always been an MCU fan since I was young. I've watched most MCU, maybe not most at this point, but back in the day, like 2017, 2018, 2019, up until Endgame, I'd watched most of the content they put out. The TV shows, I haven't kept caught up on them. I tried to watch WandaVision, it was bad. I tried to watch Hawkeye, I didn't really enjoy it. Most of the other MCU TV shows, I just didn't find myself enjoying. And I don't know why. I didn't know why at first, but now I do. In general, they're just releasing way too much content, and that's a problem. You look at all the movies that have come out in the past and all the content they've released in the past 2 years, they've released so much content, it's so hard to keep up with. And they're just trying to keep making more and more content to push people to subscribe to Disney Plus, and they're trying to push people to just watch as many movies as possible. They're trying to spend as much money as possible. They want you to always, like, they want you to spend all your money. And at first, I didn't notice, but now I'm like, there's something that's part of movie magic. You're not supposed to notice that the studios want to make profits, because the studios have always wanted to make profits, like Universal, Warner Brothers. These guys, they've always wanted to make profits. But Disney, they've made it so blatant that profit is their only that's their number one motivator. These studios, you're not supposed to know profit is your number one motivator. They're supposed to make you think. That's what makes a good film good. You're supposed to think there's some form of artistic expression. With these new MCU movies, they've lost their artistic integrity. Like the last Thor film compared to Ragnarok. Ragnarok, you could tell that was art. This isn't art. It's like a film that was made in a factory for the sole purpose of making profits, because they know people will watch the film regardless. And it's kind of insulting now that I think about it. Even like I loved Spider-Man No Way Home. Even that movie at some points felt like it was made in a factory. You look at all the movies that have come out, Black Widow, Eternals, all of these movies, they've been lackluster, they've been bad. Like, these have not been good movies. These have not been good movies. I'm not an MCU hater. Like, I love comic books, I love movies, I love superhero movies. But these movies have been lackluster, they've just not been good. Like, I can't even deny it. Like, okay, let's look at Thor: Love and Thunder. Taika Waititi, I don't know if he's a good director or if he's a bad director. Maybe it was studio interference. Because Thor Ragnarok was an amazing film. But I watched Thor: Love and Thunder. I was disappointed. I felt like just like slapping him. I felt like I wasted so much money. Even though I only spent like $7 on my tickets, I felt like I'd wasted $100 because I wasted like 2 hours in the movie theater. Like, that was the biggest waste of my life. Honestly, I just felt disappointed as hell because I was really excited for this movie. I was so disappointed. Like, that's the only feeling I could feel. You know, and to these MCU studios, these Marvel directors, these guys, Phase 5, they said they've ended this Phase 4. Phase 5, this thing is better. Like, you have an improvement. Because this Phase 4, that was rubbish that I watched. That was rubbish. Like, I don't know what they expected me to enjoy from there. I didn't enjoy anything apart from Spider-Man No Way Home and Shang-Chi. Like, that, nothing was enjoyable. And that was a problem. Even Phase 3 was one of the best like cinematic experiences I've ever had. I don't think I disliked one film in Phase 3. But this Phase 4, this rubbish that they did this recently, now like they just really made me angry. Especially when I watched Batman this year. That was one of the best superhero movies of all time. Even I rewatched The Dark Knight Rises and The Dark Knight. Bro, that's cinema. That is cinema. I watched older MCU movies. I rewatched Iron Man 3 again. That's my favorite MCU film of all time. That is cinema. You can tell it was directed by a director. But these movies, you cannot tell that it was directed by a director. They all feel the same. Spider-Man No Way Home, Thor: Love and Thunder. What differences do you see artistically between these two movies? Between Shang-Chi And between Black Widow, there's no differences in the directing style. All these movies feel like they are made. The studio feels like they're forcing their hand. The only movie that seems different was Doctor Strange, and the movie was not that good. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was not that good. And I was also really excited for that movie. I really love Doctor Strange 1. It's in my top 10 MCU films ever. So I just wanted to say to Marvel Studios, like, please, Phase 5, do better. Like, Black Panther, I really have high hopes for this movie. I loved the first one when I watched it in 2018. I really hope this one, the next movie is good, because they can't do what they are doing. They can't do this rubbish they're doing right now and expect me and other people to keep paying and keep seeing these movies regularly. We are not going to keep watching these movies regularly if they keep doing this rubbish. They can't keep doing this rubbish. We can't keep accepting these studios like putting out the most mediocre content and we'll go and watch it. Like, we can't just be watching it. This is why I don't watch movies legally. Because these guys, they don't deserve our money. Why would we be giving these guys money and they'll be giving us trash content? I don't understand. I make it make sense. These guys haven't released a good film in like how many months? They haven't released a good TV show ever. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, we can't keep doing this, man. We can't keep doing this. And we can't just keep watching movies because it's just MCU. We can't keep doing this. Like, I watched The Batman this year, bro. That was the best superhero movie. One of the best I've ever watched. Like, that actually felt like it was directed by a director. This did not feel like it was directed by a director. Like, I really have high hopes for Black Panther. Like, if they mess up that movie, I'm done with the MCU. I will never watch a MCU movie again in my life. I promise you, like, Marvel, like, you need to get your act together. Like, this is trash. Like, Disney, whoever their new CEO is, I know this. They're saying they have a new CEO. This guy, like, I don't know what's up with him. I don't know if there's something wrong with him. Like, he needs to stop doing the rubbish he's doing. Like, this for profit thing. Movies have always been for profit, but it has never been this blatant. This is the most blatant for profit like I've ever seen in my life. They need to stop this rubbish and they need to get their acts together. Like, I work like 40 hours a week. Like, for me to take 2 hours out of my week to go and watch a film, like, is a disservice to people who are working and going to go and watch a movie. It's a disservice. Why would we go and watch these films if they're going to be trash? And these are the only films people are watching. People are watching movies less and less, and we're going to cinemas less and less. Like, we need to start demanding good films from these studios. And we will not see these rubbish movies if they keep putting out this trash. Like, we need to tell them stop putting out this trash. We need to tell them stop putting out this trash. This is rubbish and this is nonsense from these studios. We need better. We need to demand better. Like, that film really disappointed me. I was thoroughly disappointed, and I will never, ever, ever get my hopes up for an MCU movie unless it's this Black Panther. If it disappoints, like, I will never, ever, ever in my life get my hopes up for an MCU film. Thank you for watching.